of my South African knife collection. So let's go ahead and get right into this. Let's kind of change the lighting a little bit, make it a little bit brighter. And there we go. All right, so here we go. I'm going to go ahead and go through all these. I won't remember the names of a lot of these knives, but all right, so much for the lighting. I don't know why it's not working, but I'm trying to get this going. Okay, so here we go. This one is the Samsung front flipper. This one is by Cosi Steenkamp. We have white Westinghouse scales and red carbon fiber bolsters, and also the white Westinghouse pivot. Runs on ball bearings, steel ball bearings, not ceramic, steel. We got a gold pocket clip on this one. Really very nice. We also have a red carbon fiber back spacer and an extra white G10 liner on the inside. The entire knife is made completely by hand. Really nice action. It's a front flipper piece. That's one of the things that I'm really into is front flippers. I like regular flippers too, but most of the time when I buy my South African knives, they got to be front flippers because I love the clean look. You don't have that pecker thing sticking out over here instead it's up here at the top. So that's kind of nice. The next one is by Des Horn. This is and I forgot to mention, oh man, I'm already screwing up the video. The blade on this is M390. There you go, drop point blade. Real quick. As you can see, it runs on IKBS ball bearing system. Not multi-row, just single row. And they're steel ball bearings. And there's Cosi Steenkamp's stamp right there on the knife. A lot of the custom knives, they put their stamp in different places. Some knife makers put it on the blade. Other people put it somewhere else. This is a special knife made for me by Des Horn. What we have here is G10 inlays, orange and blue. I think I spoke about this before. I'm not that crazy about G10 as being an aesthetic on my knife because it's been used so many times. And most of the time, knife makers just color it. So kind of like it's not really anything special. But it's a really good, durable material to put on a knife. But what makes this one so special is you can see there's carbon fiber outline or inlay, not inlay, but like the outline part is carbon fiber. What I love about this knife is I have no idea how the hell he did that. He's also pretty famous for putting this like nice glossy sheen on the knife, as you guys can see. And then the back spacer is carbon fiber, and then we've got these blue liners on it. Regular blue titanium pocket clip. This is his standard pocket clip. You'll see in the next, in the next few Des Horn knives that I have, he usually does not put a pocket clip on. And if he does put a pocket clip on his knife, it's going to be this one. He doesn't create a special pocket clip. Instead, what he does is he gives you a slip, a knife slip, which you will not see in these videos. I forgot to take them out, but I would have to go and dig them out. Oops, sorry. Holding this by hand, my mistake. So, yeah. This is what makes this knife really special is that Des Horn does not do knives with ball bearings on them. He just doesn't. I don't know why he doesn't do ball bearings, but he doesn't do ball bearings at all. But We had a conversation when I was getting this knife made, and he was looking at my knife collection because he got a good look at it, and he said, "You like a lot of ball bearing knives, don't you?" I said, "Yeah, I do." And he goes, "How about I make you a special Imbubu with ball bearings in it?" And he did. He made this one which has ceramic ball bearings in it, and as you can see on the logo, I don't know, man, I'm trying to get the lighting here. I apologize for that. Yeah, the lighting just isn't working. Not sure why. If you take a look at the logo here, I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's a round circle in there. Says that it's got ball bearings on it, which is something he hardly ever does. The steel itself is also very special. We got a drop point blade with Nitrobe 77 on it, and he's a master at getting this steel and mastering and using this steel. So basically, Nitrobe 77, a lot of knife makers, can't figure out why the lighting keeps going out. A lot of knife makers don't like to do Nitrobe 77 or use that as a blade steel on the knife because it's a real pain in the ass. Basically, the process, it's really, really hard, and you have to be really skilled to do it. Deshorn is one of the few knife makers that have mastered it. Basically, it goes through a really rigorous heat treatment process, and then it gets drenched in liquid nitrogen 4 times to give it strength. And once it goes through that process, the knife pretty much kills CB20, M390, just about any steel out there. But I think Deshorn's philosophy is that it's worth it, because if you're going to be using it as a tool, Nitrobe 77 is the way to go. Okay, so here we're going to go into a collaboration. Again, I don't remember the name of this one. This one is by Andre Van Heerden and Tashi Barucha. I do remember the name. Here we go. The M Righteous 44 flipper piece in looks like snakeskin wood, with again the inlay or outlined carbon fiber, pretty similar to what you just saw on the Imbubu G10 one, where the carbon fiber is like on the outline part. You know what I mean? That's kind of cool. They also did it here on the M Righteous 44. It's a possibility that they got that from Deshorn. I don't know, but who knows? Whatever. This is a one-of-a-kind handmade piece. We've got a zirconium pocket clip, a huge drop point blade here with hand rubbed. What do you call hand rub finish on it? Kind of mirrored there on the flats. Really very nice blade. The steel on this one was kind of an odd choice. It's CTS XHP. Again, the zirconium pot clip, really very nice. Runs on ceramic ball bearings. I wish I could get that lighting to work, but I can't. Yeah, you can see where it says IKBS on there. Ceramic. At least I think the internet connection is a little bit better, right? So, anyway, moving on. Not my first, but this is made by A2 Knives, collaboration company. I'm going to call it a company or collaborated work by Andre Van Heerden and Andre Thorburn, with Andre Van Heerden taking the lead on A2 Knives. He does most of it. If you were to look at the percentage of work that's done, I'm going to say it's more like 60, maybe like 70-30, something like that. 70% Andre Van Heerden, 30% Andre Thorburn, but they do collaborate on it. I believe the design is completely done by Andre Van Heerden, and he takes the design and then he gives it to Andre Thorburn, where he actually brings the design to life, and then the knife gets brought back to Andre Van Heerden, where he does all the hand grinding and all that other fun stuff. I'm not really quite sure how that works out. What we have here is blue carbon fiber, fat carbon fiber. Blue fat carbon fiber as opposed to regular carbon fiber. What's the difference? Well, regular carbon fiber, like this carbon fiber here, uh, yeah, basically what you can do, to Andrea, what you could do is you can go get a credit card like I did and just put your mind in a compartment and don't even bother to think about it. Just get the damn knife. That's the only way you're gonna have a nightmare collection like this one. There's no secret to it. You just got to be crazy enough. How much do you want a knife collection, and how unique do you want it to be? That's the only qualification. It's not like I'm anything special. That's how we all do it. Anyway, getting back to this. This is the A2 knife, not A211. The 11 A11 knife with the blue fat carbon fiber inlays. What's the difference? Regular carbon fiber is just, regular black carbon fiber. They didn't do anything special to it other than just cut the carbon fiber in its particular shape. With fat carbon fiber, there's actually resin in it, which gives it a different color. And that's actually an elevation, because fat carbon fiber wasn't seen until maybe 5 or 7 years ago. Now you see it all on all the custom knives, and they're doing it in different shapes, different sizes. You'll see a different form of fat carbon fiber in a few minutes later on down in my collection, as I continue, probably in part 3, which is the medium knives. But anyway, yeah. So this is a really large one. 3.5 inch, no, sorry, 3.6 inch blade, hand rubbed finish on it. Runs on, again, yeah, ceramic ball bearings. Really very, very smoothly drop action. See that? The action's amazing on it. Zirconium pivot, front flipper. One of the things that bothers me about A9 is I don't know what the hole is for. That bothers me. What the hell is that? There's no real. I mean, if it's an aesthetic, it's one that I don't care for. I'd rather just have it be a solid front flipper, but for whatever reason, I mean, the hole was there. I don't know what for. Other than like some sort of fancy aesthetic. I mean, you could argue, well, it's for weight, but like, what weight are you talking about? It's a blade and it's on the knife. How much weight reduction would you actually have if you didn't have the hole there? But whatever. Every custom knife you take as is. The next knife is by John Arnold. This is actually a very special knife for me. This is my very first South African custom knife that I ever got. And I remember when I went to the Blade Gallery, because that's where I bought this knife. I remember when I went to the Blade Gallery, how the hell am I ever going to learn how to flip this thing? Because at this point, I wasn't even aware of front flippers or even how they operated. And I believe it took me like a couple of weeks before I could figure out how to flip the knife. And I couldn't do it. I wasn't able to do it. And then I began to realize that it's actually an index finger front flipper. We got a hand rub drop point blade, hand rub finished blade, M390, runs on ceramic ball bearings. Most of them, I don't know if you guys can see that, but they will have that little insignia right on the blade. I'll put my thumb there and I'll try and get a better light of it. You can see it's like engraved there, either engraved or sometimes etched in ink. That is ceramic ball bearings, and it says IKBS on it. This one is by John Arnold. We have 3 Ambonia wood burl inlays inside of a G10. Now, what makes custom knives so special is that these things are done completely by hand. You have to understand that. Now, here's what blows me away. These are 2 completely different materials, right? The black is G10, and then you've got these Ambonia wood burl inlays inside. If you rub your finger across the entire knife, you're going to feel one piece. And actually, it's two full pieces. I don't know how they do that, but you should feel like some sort of difference between the G10 and the wood burl, and you don't. You don't. And that's the level of craftsmanship that we're talking about here. It's just really amazing. This one's kind of cool because you get a glow in the dark backspacer. You can see the green in it. See that? I mean, when you turn off the lights, if you put this in light and then you turn off your lights, you can see the knife will glow in the dark. His intention was to kind of help you find your knife in the dark. And then we've got a blue, almost purple colored titanium pocket clip. Yeah, this was the very first custom I ever bought at the Blade Gallery. Really nice action. That's one thing too, is when you get a custom knife collection, you get used to like the really smooth action. Then when you go back to production knives, you begin to realize it's not as smooth as a custom, and you're starting to think, you know, it's kind of hard to go back and like lower what you like just to get a production knife. I mean, because there's only so much they can do with production. The reason that is because of time and cost. It's not because of quality. And yet at the same time, production knives have to maintain that high quality. So this one is another front flipper by Des Horn. Jesus, I really wish I could remember the name of this one. But I don't think it really matters as long as I remember who made the knife and what materials were on it, and I don't have a problem with that. The material on this knife is kind of unique. It is called C-Tech. And C-Tech is an inorganic material. It's a combination of many inorganic materials. Wire, which is what this honeycomb wiring is inside, resin mixed in together with G10, a bunch of materials created to make something really durable and that's going to last. Because don't forget, this is a tool. You're going to be using it in your everyday carry, so they have to make sure that the material that's used to make the knife not only does it look beautiful, but it's very durable. And then we've got a Damascus bolster. Really kind of interesting. God, I wish I could remember the name of this knife. It's probably going to come with me later. Front flipper again. Steel, again, Nitrobe 77. I don't have any knives. I'm going to say this right now. I don't have any Des Horn knives that are not made with Nitrobe 77. I'm just going to say that right now. This is another Nitrobe 77 steel knife. Carbon fiber backspacer. As you can see, the C-Tech continues with this like gold-colored resin kind of look. Really rustic, but yet jeweled at the same time. Jeweled colored. Again, with the liners that are custom. Blue liners there. And then on the inside, we have carbon fiber. It's one of the things I like about Des Horn. He usually does the backspacer all the way up to the top, giving it a completely closed look. I like that. And that's pretty awesome. And yeah, I'm going to just hide that next comment because it wasn't a good one. Anyway, and if that guy wants to continue doing that, don't watch my channel. I'm not interested. So yeah, Des Horn again. The next one's real special. I'll be seeing this guy at Blade Show this year. Clyde Challenor Viper. Really love this one. This is a Safe Queen, guys. I don't even use this one. This is a one-of-a-kind not handmade, one-of-a-kind piece by Clyde Challenor. Clyde Challenor uses CNC machining and handmade techniques. This is an all titanium frame lock with Damascus blade, drop point, black. And you got the titanium pot clip, red carbon fiber inlays on both sides of the knife. Clyde Challenor was the first knife maker to champion having inlays on both sides of the knife. He's been doing that, I'm going to say, for about maybe 13, 14 years now. He was the first guy to do it and introduce it at Blade Show. Before that, almost everybody was only, when it was a frame lock, I'm talking a frame lock. A lot of them are only putting the inlay only on the front side, and you'll see that in upcoming knives that I've got in my collection. They only put it on one side, but he decided to put it on both sides of the knife, so that's kind of cool. This one's kind of special because this is the he. This knife was originally gray slate colored. Just to give you a quick idea, like this one, which I'll go over again in a minute. It's the same color as that one. And then he basically contacted me on Instagram and said, "Hey, Omar, I'm going to try something on your old knife," because I sent it back to be serviced. And he said, "I'm going to try something on your knife here. I'm going to blacken the titanium." And he blackened it, so now it's really a one-of-a-kind handmade piece. But it was one of a kind before just because he doesn't do the inlays like this anymore, where it's kind of like rounded like that. You'll see how he does the inlays in the upcoming Clyde Challoner Viper that I've got that you just saw. But he was originally going to do all the inlays shaped like this. And then after he got done with my knife, he realized what a pain in the ass that is. I'm not doing that anymore, so he quit and decided to do it in what's called the coffin shaped. So anyway, the pivots are titanium as well, really nice and smooth. There's a special story about these pivots. I'm going to tell you that in the next video. Not next video, but in the next Viper that I'll show you later on in the video. Open construction. Really, very nice. Viper is really popular now. It's about as popular to South Africa as the 0562 ZT is here in America. That's how famous this knife is now because of Clyde Challoner's promotion of it. Everybody pretty much knows this knife, even if you're not a South African knife maker. A lot of people have to have it. Epic Snuggle Bunnies own quite a few of Clyde Challoner's Vipers, so... Moving on, this is my one and only fixed blade by Stuart Smith. I usually don't do fixed blades. I'm not into them. But I figured let me just get one really nice one. So we've got the blue maple burl handles on this one. And Damascus blade. Really well done. Conforms to the hand really nicely. Don't know what else more to say about that. It also comes with this gorgeous sheath. Now, the sheath is made by his wife, and she's a part of a team. He and her are a team together as they make the knives, and the sheath is just as beautiful as the knife, as you can see. So you don't ever want to put the sheath in the knife because it'll ruin the blade if you keep it in the sheath. So moving on, this is my second John Arnold knife. I love this one. This is more of a tactical one. We've got Damascus. This is the, what do you call it, Damascus blade. Sort of a Wharncliffe, I don't know, modified Wharncliffe drop point, I don't know. Knife makers like to do a lot of modifications to basic blade shapes. You'll find that. Again, we've got two materials for the handle. Actually, not two materials, but two materials. This time, the outer liner is G10, and then we've got carbon fiber inlays for the handle there. Again, with the, what do you call it, the glow-in-the-dark backspacer. Really nice action, runs on ball bearings. Really very sweet. I love this one. It's a tactical knife, as you can see from the shape of it. We've got a lanyard hole, but this is also sort of considered a weapon right here on the tip of the knife. So if you can't get the knife open, you can always use this as sort of like a coup baton where you can still defend yourself because you take that and hit somebody with it. Maybe, I don't know, gouge their eye out or something. This is a special frame lock. This is Clyde Challoner's Raptor. And this is the last Raptor he ever made. Not only is it the last one he ever made, this is his own personal Raptor. Clyde Challoner, I consider a friend. I was chatting with him online, and he was showing me all of his old knife screw-ups that he actually owns. And then he came across this Viper and he said, Omar, this is the only one that's proper. In other words, the only one that's perfect, where there's nothing wrong with it. And we were, we talked quite a bit online, on Instagram, and every time I talked with him, because he heard about my South African knife collection, and we became friends because of it. Um, yeah, we became friends because of it. And when I saw this, I asked if I could buy it from him, and he said no. And then I asked him again the next time he spoke. He said no. I just kept asking him and asking him and asking him until he got so sick of it. He said, okay, you want it? He gave me a price, and I took it and I bought it, and that's it. Now it's in my collection. What's interesting about this knife is, yeah, the entire knife is made by CNC machining, but this maze pattern, he only made 50 Raptors total. I think between like 2007 and I'm going to say like maybe 2011. I'm going to have to ask him, but I think that's right. He only made 50 total, and the maze pattern on the knife, no two are alike. Not only are no two alike on one side of the knife, but no two knives are alike on either side. So each one is an original design, making it a one-of-a-kind custom. The pivots, as you can see, are custom. This is his old pivot system that he used to have. The idea was you could take the knife apart with a screwdriver. The problem is a lot of his customers were using the wrong screwdriver, had to take it apart. And he would have to get people calling him back and or contacting him back and saying, hey man, I need new pivot screws, and he would have to service it. Finally he got so sick of it that he just got rid of it, because all the screws would come back looking like swastikas, and he just got sick of that. So he just decided to come up with the new pivot system, and you saw that new pivot system right here. As you can see, it's just one round flat silver piece, period. He was like, go ahead, try and screw with that. Kind of a sense of humor Clyde has. Moving on, I've got a very special custom by Arucas Blumeris. Sad to say, guys, I've never had a knife made for me by Arucas Blumeris. I picked this one up at the Blade Gallery. I saw this and I just had to have it. Why was this one so important for me to have? Because it's Damascus and it's blue. Do you guys see any purple in here anywhere? I don't. It's like blue. And I love blue. Blue's my favorite color. So you get the blue Damascus pocket bolsters and marble carbon fiber handle. And then we got a Damascus blade. This is what's called the full dress piece. Once again, every part of the knife has some sort of art on it, including the blue titanium pocket clip with the mercury ball. The liners are blue. And then we got the back spacer. You got that rope colored liners, custom liners there that he does. And then the Damascus back spacer that matches the blade. Really nice. Runs on ceramic ball bearings by Arucas Blumeris. This model number, oh God, I can't remember. Sorry, it'll probably come to me. I think it's the model 53. You can check out his website. This one, I wish I could say it was made for me. It wasn't. I picked it up at the Blade Gallery. This is Des Horn's large ball release. That's what he calls it, a large ball release. This one does not run on ball bearings. This one runs on washers. But the action is very smooth. It's not even meant to be open that way, but that's how I open and close it. When you open this knife, it's meant to be opened like that. Slowly. We got a Damascus blade there. Really sorry about the lighting, guys. I'm trying. And then we got custom screws. These custom screws, man. It's one thing when you get into customs, you're going to have to realize that if anything happens to your knife, you're going to have to go back and contact the maker and have them fix it, because these screws are custom. I don't have any tool that's going to take apart the knife. So, it's one of the downsides of owning a custom collection. Yeah. Really very pretty on this one. Oh man, this is going to be kind of hard. This is a slip joint by J.D. Ellis. I'm going to try and open it. I have to put the, yeah, I can't do it. I'm going to have to put the foam down to open it up so you guys can take a look at the blade. But we have, we've got blue and blue wood burl, maple wood burl inlays for the handle, and then brown maple mixed together. This model knife is a collaboration. Let me put the foam down for a second, if you guys don't mind. Sorry about this, but I'm gonna have to do this so you guys can see. So here we go. Let's go back. There it is. Gotta get my hand out of the way. Sorry about that. So yeah, here it is. The J.D. Ellis slip joint. I don't have very many slip joints. In fact, this is one of two on in my collection. I'm gonna switch hands here. There you go. Yeah, one or two slip joints in my collection, and they're both by J.D. Ellis. What makes this one special, this is a one-of-a-kind handmade piece. This is a collaboration between J.D. Ellis and Gareth Bull. Basically, J.D. Ellis wanted to make me something really special, and he found inspiration in Gareth Bull's Ranger model. So he contacted Gareth Bull. I'm going to see if I can open it this way. Yeah, there you go. Not a conventional way to do it, but I'm holding the phone. By Gareth Bull, and he asked if he could use his model, so he did, and he agreed. And the next thing I know, I got a collaboration knife. The knife has 10 liners in it. See that? There's like 10 different colors on the back of the knife. Titanium backspacer there, gray. It's a slip joint. So, two-handed opener with Damascus steel. What's interesting is that I can leave my hand here like this and use my thumb to close it, and guess what? It's not going to close on my hand. That's how good it is. It's called the half stop. The next knife, I'm going to try and speed it up. The next knife is my very first custom made for me by Andre Thorburn. Again, a front flipper. M390 blade, hand-rubbed finish, drop point blade. Eagle engraved by Andre Thorburn's wife. She does the engraving on it. And we have white Westinghouse scales. The entire knife has got an eagle, looks like an eagle slammed right onto the blade, because this looks like it could have been his beak, right? Because the beak is the same color as an actual beak of an eagle. I always thought that was pretty interesting. Again, custom liners, G10 backspacer, silver titanium pocket clip. Okay, let's move on. I'm going to speed this video up a little bit. Here's my second Viper by Clyde Challenor with blue carbon fiber inlays. I'm going to bring out the other one just so you guys can see. So take a look at the inlays. They're completely different, right? See that? Here we've got the inlays kind of going around the pivot. Here it's a coffin shape. This is what you'll get now. If anybody's going to Blade Show, or if you're ever going to order a Viper from Clyde Challenor, you're going to get them to where they look like this. He's no longer going to be doing, he doesn't do this kind of inlay anymore, what makes this one so special, and that's why I Safe Queen that one. This one is not Safe Queen, guys. I actually use the hell out of this thing. It's been used. There's like scratches all over the knife with the coffin on it. And there's something else you'll see that's missing on the knife, which makes it a one-of-a-kind handmade piece. Let me bring out the other Viper again. Look at that. No pivots. Here they have pivots here, and over here there is no pivot. He basically ghosted them. Ghosted the pivots, which makes it another one-of-a-kind handmade one. And yet, I don't Safe Queen this one. I use it because I just love it that much. I've been using it to cut open boxes and all kinds of stuff. Same configuration, open, open construction. Titanium pocket clip. Again, where the inlays on the other side of the knife. After Clyde Challenor, there were quite a lot of other knife makers that were doing that, where they were putting the inlay on the backside. Like I said, I don't know if he really was the first one, but I know that for sure he was one of the first guys to do it. This is actually my latest custom by Mitchell Clark. We've got what's called Elforin scales. Yeah. Elforin scales, which is synthetic ivory. Because I think ivory is illegal to have in certain parts of South Africa. So he chose to do the Elforin. You can get the synthetic ivory in two different colors. You can get it where it's completely white like this, or you can get it where it looks like this kind of color here. And I chose this one. We've also got mother of pearl pivot, Damascus backspacer, and Damascus pocket clip. His action, guys, is phenomenal. Check this out. It stays, and then it drops. This guy is so, I don't think I've ever seen a knife maker that's so intricate in the way he makes his knives. What's also missing on this knife? Screws. Do you see any screws besides the pivot here? Do you see any screws anywhere on this knife? It's a completely clean look. It's called hidden hardware. And Mitchell Clark has mastered this. Amazing, amazing young knife maker. He's only 30 years old. This one is by Francois Dutoit. I'm hoping I can open this one because he does a really hard detent. Yeah, I'm already having trouble. There you go. Yeah, he does a really hard detent. We got carbon fiber blue handles, carbon fiber backspacer, blue liners, Damascus pocket clip, and M390 blade. This one's made by Francois Dutoit. Really nice action, really nice and blue color. Blue is a dominant color in my collection because it's my favorite color. This one is the A10. I can't believe I remember that. The A10 by A2 Knives. This is like my third A2 knife. I've got a third one. You'll see that in the next video because this is coming to a close, thank God. This one is, yeah, carbon fiber handles, brown carbon fiber with the zirconium pivot, copper liners. Yeah, that's another thing. Look at the action on this. This is really wild. I've never experienced this before. I'm going to show you guys. I've never seen one close like that. Sort of a very slim carry. It's almost like a pen on that one. This is my second Mvubu by Des Hoorn, blue carbon fiber. Again, custom screws, carbon fiber backspacer, liner, custom liners, and blue pocket clip. Same blue pocket clip you see on all the knives that he makes, where he does not have a slip with it. Custom screws. Again, you need a special tool. This one is not. This one only runs on washers. Now check this out. This one is not a one-of-a-kind. He's done this configuration before, this exact configuration. How many? I don't know. I'm going to say maybe 10. 10 knives exist with that blue configuration. Moving on, we've got J.D. Van Deventer. Palladium Flipper. Whoa. Believe that? I remember the name of it. The Palladium Flipper. By J.D. Van Deventer. We have sort of a Persian-style upswept blade, hand rub finish, mirrored on the flats, and titanium pocket clip, all black carbon fiber, Very, very fancy kind of a, action's nice. Blue liners, and not carbon fiber, but yeah, G10 backspacer, which is okay. Moving on, the final knife of the large collection. Oh man, I gotta try and speed these videos up. We've got, the hell is the name of this knife? I really hate that I don't remember the names. We have blue carbon, blue carbon fiber handles with the titanium bolster, blue liners, killer action. Runs on ceramic ball bearings. All the knives in my collection, with the exception of Deshorn knives, this Imvubu here, they all run on ceramic ball bearings. Either ceramic ball bearings or steel ball bearings. Yeah. We've got a drop point blade, hand rub finish, mirrored flats. Yeah, G10 backspacer. Yeah, G10 backspacer. And blue titanium pot clip with milled lines in it. You can't see it because the lighting isn't as good. Sorry about that. Yeah. So that's it for the large collection. I'll see you guys in a little bit, and I'll be doing the mediums. That one's going to be a little bit quicker because I don't have a lot of medium-sized knives. I'm just going to try and run through them as quickly as I can. I'll see you guys in the next video.